Hey, it's Alicia from BombBomb, and we are at Rehumanize, doing some Rehumanize interviews, and I am with Alex, I don't want to butcher your last name.
Give it a shot.
McFadyen?
Very good. That was very good.
Oh.
I usually get like McFadyen, I don't know, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, McFadyen is
McFadyen. Oh,
awesome.
Yes. Awesome. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Very excited. It's been awesome so far.
Good. So tell us a little bit about where you're at and what you're doing, because we have some real estate and mortgage professionals. So just kind of let us know where you're at.
Yeah. So I am a mortgage professional. Are you referring to my location or just my business?
Location as well.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Where you're from,
yes.
Which is exciting.
Yep.
And business-wise, I run and operate a team. We've actually just gone through a very, very large merger with another business, and we will be in the top 15 to 20 in the entire country as of June 1st, which is very exciting. So definitely excited for the opportunity to connect and meet more people and grow, because this is how we've grown our business from the start. So.
Awesome. And by this you mean video?
Yeah, just being real, like just getting out there, doing the video, doing the media, and just doing things a bit different than most people in our area, in our neck of the woods.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. So what was your kind of introduction to video in lending?
Yeah, no, so, and again, I don't know if any of these people are going to see the presentation. If they aren't, my story goes back to, I'd say, end of 2015, when I started to figure out what my brand looked like, and I realized that I wanted to create more awareness. And I saw people doing videos on Facebook, and I was like, nobody's doing this on mortgages. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. Literally at the time, there was not a single person that I could find anywhere in my market that was doing anything about mortgages and real estate. And so I also looked at this as an opportunity to learn more about what I was teaching, and that's one of my passions, is educating and teaching people about what they can do. This is a very scary topic, and it doesn't have to be. And through using video, we were able to kind of break through that barrier. It allowed people that I knew, people I didn't know, to kind of see a different side of me, but I also was able to just share a bit of who I was. Yeah. But my videos at the start were really awkward and nervous and terrible, as you saw. Yeah. So that was my first jump in.
Okay. So your first jump in was definitely education focused.
Yes.
Wanting to educate people.
Yeah.
What else are you doing with video now? Is that still your primary focus?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we still live with that as our backbone of everything I do is about giving value or educating people in some capacity. I have done to some degree, interviewing some of the local community members and connected with people there. Where I'm at right now is we're doing a lot of different things, right? So we've done the Facebook Live interviews. We did a lot of that last year and had a lot of uptake.
What kind of, sorry to interrupt, but what kind of people are you interviewing in your Facebook Live interviews?
Good question.
Business owners?
It worked a lot. It started with, let's just interview real estate professionals. And then I started interviewing investors, real estate investors, and then that became a primary focus for at least 4 to 6 episodes. And then it kind of moved back to other people surrounding. So it was very focused on the real estate industry and real estate professionals. What was interesting is that I originally thought I'm going to attract some of potential clients. And it ended up being kind of almost the opposite in a lot of ways. So first of all, the way that I was able to now connect with people through video, it allowed me to dig deeper with them afterwards, and it allowed me to dig deeper at the time and show other people who they were, because they'd never been on video before, especially when it comes to the real estate investors who don't want to share their secrets, right? Yeah. They're just trying to sell stuff all the time. And then, outside of that was the ability to now connect with all the interviewees, whether it's a real estate agent, appraiser, media person, after the fact, which was so cool.
Dig deeper into
so that was one of the big things that came from the live.
Okay. So live interviews. So, and I cut you off because you were on a roll.
Okay.
The other stuff you're doing with video?
Yeah, so we've tried a few things since, and we've done a lot of experimentation so far this year. So, Kyle talked about the Gary Vaynerchuk model of essentially documenting, which I believe in, right?
Me too.
We brought on someone for the first portion of the year to start doing something of that nature, and we're trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more about not just me, because I don't really want me to be the center, but that educational component. Yeah. And so we're doing a lot of experimentation right now with that kind of rogue video style. The second thing that we've done a lot with this year and I've experimented with is just quite simply Instagram. I talk a lot about just being more real and getting, you know, in front of the camera and just being yourself. And I thought that was the best thing in the world for me when the stories came out.
Yep.
Because I could just start to just share my day to day in a way that no one did.
Yep.
Hey, we just met this person. This is what it was like. Hey, I just ate this for dinner and I thought it was awesome. You know what I mean? Hey, you know, let's go talk to this guy over here. It was just a way to connect with people in a different way. And where the magic for me happened was in the video, in the direct messages.
Yeah.
And I know this is more, we're getting really deep here, but people are going to love this because, you know, a lot of what I do is not just like do the stories, but I go and look at who's interacting with me because a lot of people are shy to actually post up a story or to send you a message if they have a question. And I go in there and I look at those people who are watching me and I want to connect with them. So I send them a video and they say, hey, what's up? It's Alex. Thanks for checking out my video. You know, I want to connect with you and get to know who you are. And when you send someone a video like that, boom, they're like, holy crap. Like, he's a real person, not just this guy who's, you know, ranting about mortgages.
Yep.
So that's been a big part of my, you know, strategy this year, just to continue to build my personal brand, but on a more relatable level.
Yeah. I think that's the piece that a lot of people miss with social media is they understand how important it is to be putting content on social media. They understand the value of video, but they miss out on the going deeper with the people that are actually connecting with them, which that's how you grow your business.
Yep.
It's if you're just throwing content against the wall, you might as well be like some huge multinational corporation producing content. If it doesn't dive into that next level of people being able to connect with you. So that's great. I love that.
Yeah, and I think like one of the things that I've learned as well in the last few years is you're almost better to focus on less produced content than produced content. There's a time and a place. You know, like who am I and, you know, what do I do that you might send all the time to your clients. But for the most part, people would rather see you as long as you can speak about it clearly and be there on a regular basis than to try and see something overproduced. I turn off that stuff personally.
Yeah, for sure. I think we all do. We kind of blur our eyes at it because we're over marketed to on a regular basis. As soon as something feels like you're being marketed to, it's sort of like,
I'm out.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, put the wall up.
Yeah. So, you are doing things in your industry that a lot of people aren't doing. What would you recommend for someone in the mortgage industry that is wanting to start to dabble in video?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. So first of all, I don't know if our presentations will be shared out publicly or
we're sharing them to everyone that registered for Rehumanize.
Okay, so I'd say the first thing that you want to do is to focus in on who it is that you're trying to attract. So when it comes to building up a personal brand, one of the keys I always talk about is knowing your audience and knowing the people that you want to work with. The second thing is dig deeper on yourself and know who you are. Because if you're trying to attract an audience of people which isn't going to mesh with who you are, it's not going to make a ton of sense. Like for example, I may not go and try to speak to the Gucci wearing, you know, luxury type, right? They're probably not going to dig what I'm talking about, and I'm going to have no idea what they're talking about when they're talking about their clothes. Whereas I could talk to someone about, you know, dogs or sports or whatever all day long. Yeah. So think about who those people are and what you like, because that's going to be a lot easier to bridge that gap. The second thing that I say to people is to don't be everywhere all the time. Be in one place to start. So if you just want to start by doing something as simple as just educating them about you know, something you helped someone with recently, something that matters to you, something that you did that impacted other people. I use stories as a way, not just Instagram stories, but stories when you're talking about people as a way to bridge that gap. People really like that. Yeah. And if you only get one person that watches that video, but it's authentic to you and you're talking and sharing real things, you're gonna have a greater impact than trying to get 150 views or 250 or whatever. That's inconsequential. So think about who you're trying to attract, where they are. Are they on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever that is, and just do one thing.
That's
right?
Great.
Just do it on a regular basis, one thing. Yeah. Don't do everything.
Yeah. Well, that's important, because that's where most people get overwhelmed, is they feel like they have to do it all.
Yes.
They're like, I know I should do video, but I don't know how to edit and all. It's like, you don't have to start there. No one actually starts there. You see all the big flashy stuff and you assume that that's what you have to do.
Exactly. I mean, whenever I speak, sometimes I speak to local real estate offices, and you know, even my company and help fellow brokers and so forth to build their own business. Commonly the questions are around like lighting and editing software and things like that. And I say, just pick up your phone use your selfie camera and just
Yeah.
publish something to the world. You can learn that stuff as you grow. That's your, your second level when you kind of create that content.
Yeah.
Don't make it overcomplicated. Jump on Amazon if you really want to and buy a ring light.
Yeah.
Cost you $100 and you're done.
Yeah.
But don't spend too much time thinking about it.
Yeah.
The only thing I tell people is make sure your audio is good, because nobody's going to pay attention if they can't hear you.
Yep, that's true.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Right.
I have that conversation with people all the time when they come up to me after I do a session and they start asking questions about how they could do certain things, or
Yeah.
would I be able to do this? And have you recorded a video yet? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Go record a video
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to talk about any of that if
Yeah.
you haven't even recorded a video, because
Yeah.
you're just creating barriers
100%.
to doing it.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you talk and you look into the whole idea, I mean, I say to people, is like video is a big, wide open world. That's like saying, how do I send an email? You know what I mean? There's a billion different things that you could do with email marketing as well. And so what I try to distill it down to is to just focus on whatever that one thing that you're trying to accomplish, whether it's education, whether it's telling stories, and who
Yeah.
you're trying to talk to, your referral partners, your clients. Like, pick where they are, that one place, and only do that one thing to start. Today we did a practice in live on stage, which was to go live.
Yeah.
On stage, and there were a lot of people that said they'd never done that before, and that is as simple as it is.
Yeah.
Just picking up your phone, pressing the button, you're on a video. That's
Yeah.
it. In the next few years, we're going to see so many people that grew up with video, and so by jumping on it now, you're going to get ahead of the game, and you're just going to be more comfortable in a world where people are trying to break through that noise.
Yep.
So that's why I talk so much about personal brand and being authentic to yourself, because that's what people pick up to you
Yeah.
as who you are, whether they like you or not.
Yep. Well, and the culture has shifted so much where, like, us as a generation, we didn't grow up with everyone being able to produce video content. The media that we saw was produced commercials and
Yep.
actors.
Yep.
So I think there's more of that, like, fail stop in our head that's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
not polished enough. Whereas my kids watch YouTube videos
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
Like, my kids hardly watch TV, especially my 10-year-old. He watches YouTube videos of people doing pranks and trick shots. So the media that he is most familiar with is regular people doing their thing. So
Yeah.
it's we've already seen the shift that's going to make it easier for the people that come up behind us to just jump in board. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So jump on now, develop your own brand, and just do it.
yeah, I love
That's
that.
pretty much it.
So any tips or for building a mortgage business with video? Like, is your
Yep.
primary target in education real estate agents? Is it consumers? How
Yeah.
are you
So-
actually building your business with this?
It's shifted and changed a lot. So the one thing I will say is the iteration that I have today is not the same as I had 6 months or a year ago. I do a lot of experimentation, and I tell people a lot I screw up a lot. Like, a lot of things fall flat on their face. In growing the business, initially, it was about just jumping on and doing Facebook videos and throwing those up to the world. That was kind of how I got my name out there a little bit. And then it turned into, obviously, using tools like BombBomb to make sure to create that connection with new people. I think you can use, a tool like BombBomb. You can use your phone to send a message and just think about the connection on a one-on-one basis. That's really more powerful than anything to me,
Yeah.
which is why I like the direct messenger. So in growing your business, I say to people, like, there's a few things that you can do. Whether it's through, again, whatever platform it is, on Facebook or otherwise, tell a story about what it is you're doing. Talk about who you are, but not in a I'm this guy kind of way, but just what matters to you to people and what type of things that you do. And do this on a consistent, regular basis. So again, on Instagram, for example, share the type of client that you just helped out and the situation that it put them in and how they felt about it, because that's really key. But then also share things about working with your partners and your family and other things. People care about that. That's part of who you are. So to grow and develop your plan, I think it takes a few different steps, but you just start. And again, for me, it's about that educational component.
Yeah.
Just start in that one place. Not to pump BombBomb too much, but the purpose
please do.
and the reason, just pump it. The reason that I jumped onto that is because I saw the value in connecting with people on that one-on-one way and sharing information in a way that people could hear me and see me, which is what I was already doing, but it was
Yeah.
that easy delivery method where it just makes sense.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's doing their mortgage business, if they're not comfortable putting it out to the world or scared to do that, this is the obvious way into it. Jump on BombBomb, record a few videos, and just send them to every one of your clients. You can send them to your past clients, your current clients, or otherwise, and just say hi.
Yeah.
You know, this is who I am. Like whenever I meet a new client, as much as I can, almost every situation, I'm sending them a video and saying, hey guys, it's me, just wanted to say hi, let you know who I am, this is what's going on, blah, 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 and this is a scenario. So it's kind of like putting bricks as far as building a business. Obviously, we've done a lot of things on the back end. Our primary focus has always been on one thing. What is our client experience?
Okay. Yeah.
So if anybody's thinking about growing a business, don't think about making money or growing a business. Think about how do we make people feel? And if you're on video camera, then you can decide what people feel like. Well, to some degree, much more than them reading a text, because that's them deciding.
Yep.
Right? The one thing I hate more than anything is texting back and forth with people. I'm like, either let's jump on a video call or let's do a phone call, whatever it is, but let's share that energy so you can see who we are and what we're trying to do for you.
Yeah. So you said that every time you meet meet someone or have a conversation, you send a BombBomb video. What else are you doing with BombBomb?
Right. Well, my team uses it too. So
Okay.
even my team behind the scenes, which is unheard of in our industry. No one does this. So I have 2 girls that work behind the scenes all day, making sure that the mortgages are being complete, making sure people are happy, and they're sending videos saying, hey, it's Kelly. You know, I tried to call you, wasn't able to catch you. I wanted to introduce myself and share with you who I am and what I do.
Yeah.
So if you have a team, get your team on board doing the same introductions.
Yeah.
At the start, if they have any questions that they're trying to answer, anything of that nature, summing up a voicemail, whatever that is, get them to send a video. So that's very key. So we use it for that. We do use prompts, mostly for the video, the birthday
happy birthdays,
campaign. Yeah, so just sending out happy birthdays, which is a lovely thing people like to get, obviously.
Yeah.
And over that, honestly, I'm really simple. Like I use the snippets in the Gmail and the Google tool just to keep things saved.
Yeah.
But I just use it for the purpose of connecting. I'm not a very complicated user on BombBomb. And that's what I tell people from the start. I'm like, don't go in there, get overcomplicated by all the things. You can grow into that. It's amazing the stuff that you can do, right?
Yeah.
But for the start, the whole purpose of doing this is to break a barrier and to continue to break that barrier.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of things, is just do things on video that no one expects on a regular basis, and you'll instantly get raving fans.
Love it. Awesome. Thank
Cool.
you. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. We're so happy to have you here, and we appreciate you
likewise.
sharing your insight.
Awesome. Thanks, Alicia.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning into the Bombcast today. Head to bombbomb.com/bombcast to access past episodes, get info on future episodes, and subscribe to our Bombcast newsletter.